Hi, and welcome to another installment of Shooting Star. I am actually in Chicago, Illinois, so the background looks different and it probably sounds different, and every once in a while you might hear the L train pass by, so please forgive me in advance. We're actually on the road for something called a fix. We're going to 12 different cities around the United States to talk to photographers about their business and how to create an infrastructure that creates a strong business person behind the photographer. So in light of that, I wasn't able to answer a lot of the questions that have been out online, specifically by using the hashtag #TheFix. So I'm going to get into some of those for this installment of Shooting Star. Now please forgive me. This particular person, I will kill their last name, so forgive me. Antonis Panayotototis. So sorry. You asked, my most common request is for a friend's discount. How do you deal with this? In the beginning of my business, I was a full-on proponent of free photo shoots. It helped me build my portfolio and furthermore, helped people change how they were describing me in an online capacity. Because before, I was known as Jasmine, their friend, and slowly but surely, I started changing to Jasmine, their photographer, which was a great thing. But then all of a sudden, their friends and their friends of friends, and then their cousins, and all these people started coming out of the woodworks for free photographs. And then I realized that I wasn't running a business, I was having an expensive hobby. So how do you change this? I started charging $200 for a photo session. Now, some people were rubbed the wrong way with this. They're just like, hey, we're homies, you should be shooting me for free. And for a while, it was a very hard conversation, but I had to explain to them that it was taking me a while to get to the photo shoot. Then I had to shoot the photo shoot, then I had to edit those photos. That was soon gonna come with a cost. If they didn't like the cost, I would recommend them to somebody else. And I know it's a very difficult conversation to have, but if you want to start growing your business, it's going to have to be a conversation you're willing to have. So what does it look like today? The people who get a friend's discount, and for me, I don't charge my friends and I don't charge my family, but those are very, 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 very limited amount of people in my life, and they're probably less than the amount of fingers that I have on both my hands. So good luck with that conversation and start thinking about in advance what you want to say and how you want to say it. Going on to question number 2. This is from Rebecca White. She asked, how do you manage multiple inquiries for the same date? Do you have a policy or is it a case-by-case basis? Now, what happens is I actually will not hold a date unless I have a retainer for that specific date. So for instance, if somebody is inquiring about September 29th and they inquire about it and we correspond via email, but I do not have a retainer yet, what this looks like is, hold on, that's the L train passing by. I'm just gonna run with it. Okay, the L train just passed by. We're in Chi-Town. Okay, so what does this look like? I get an inquiry for September 29th. And we correspond and it's great. And then I get another inquiry for the same wedding date. How then does that conversation look? I email the bride, and if she emails me back with a serious inquiry about moving forward with September 29th, I tell her, I have had another inquiry for September 29th. I just want to make sure that all my brides are on the same page. If you'd like to move forward, please feel free to let me know if you'd like to set up a meeting or a Skype interview. And then I email the other bride and let her know that somebody else has inquired about that date. I am all about over-communication, but at the end of the day, the person to put the retainer down first without rubbing anybody the wrong way. I will not take a retainer without letting somebody else know that somebody else has come into the conversation, and I will respect if they would like to put a retainer down at that time. If they would like a few more days, that's totally their prerogative, but as a business person, it's best for me to move in a direction where people are seriously gonna book. Moving on to the last and final question, which is from Rebecca Pillmore. Do you add branding to your images to send them to the wedding vendors after the wedding? And the answer is no. And why I don't do this is because I believe that subliminally what I'm saying to vendors, if I put my branding or if I put my logo or watermark on that photo and I give them those photos, what I'm essentially telling them without telling them is that I don't trust you. And I don't think that that's a good place to be. And why do I think that? Is I don't think, or by putting the logo on it, is I'm telling them I don't think that you're going to give me photography credit where it's due. And I trust that the vendors I work with want to give me photography credit if it's on their website, on their blog, or any sort of printed materials. And there goes the L train again, which is probably a very good time to let me know I've been talking too much. So the short answer is no. I instruct my vendors with how and where to put photography credit, and then we take the conversation from there. So I hope these questions helped. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a fabulous week.